Right, we're now ready to feed the margin line. It's 14.5 metres along the bank, so all we need to do is just simply few loose betaine micras. I'd say around about 100 mil. I don't anticipate on fishing this for sort of half an hour or so, so get a nice bed of bait down on the deck, leave it alone, let the fish settle on it. It's quite shallow over there, so I wouldn't expect to catch consistently on that line. I'd just probably going to find that I'll just nick a fish here and there. So now we're just going to top up with a few of the expanders on top. Just give them a little shake in the pot and away we go. Okay, again I've got a far bank feature here. There's a little inlet of a pipe running into the lake. It's pretty uneven, the bottom there, so I'm not going to go too close into the bank. I'm actually going to fish the bottom of the shelf, which is about 2.5 foot from the bank, and just drop the bait in. Again, don't keep it too tight. You don't want them all queuing up on top of each other, although that would be nice. There we go. Nice little skimmer there. Let the white hydro do the work. No rush, not a big fish, but nevertheless, little skimmer. Wonderful. Right, the fish seem to have settled down now. I've set pole tip up with black hydro. It may be a little bit. It may be a little bit in the. On the strong side for this, but fishing down the margins, I'd sooner be slightly heavier than under. In the open water, I've opted for white hydro. But like I say, down in the margins, black hydro's generally what I try and get away with. When fishing in the margins like this, using black hydro, I tend to target fish from sort of 3 to maybe the odd 6 or 8 pound fish. Anything over and above that, I would step up to a red hydro. However, I would say today probably the black is just that little bit too heavy. There doesn't seem to be many big carp moving about in the peg. It seems to be a few skimmers and tench with the odd carp moving in. The line and float I'm using today is I'm using 0.14 Creluso line and just a 4x12 Creluso tough body. There's another fish on now. Creluso tough body float. They're designed for sort of edge fishing and any sort of fishing where the fish are aggressive, where you may be up against snags or rushes or any sort of feature and what have you. They're virtually indestructible, these floats. This is why I tend to use these on commercial fisheries for edge fishing. This looks like another tench, yeah. The other good thing about these Creluso tough floats is that, like today for instance, earlier on when it was bright, I found the red tip was what I needed, but now it's gone a little bit overcast. There's a lot of overhanging branches and rushes and what have you, and you can just simply pull the tip out of these and change the colour. So I've now changed to a yellow tip and I can see it much better. We've spent a lot of time listening to what commercial fishery owners and people that fish the match circuits and what have you, what they need and what they feel is best for the type of fishing that we all tend to do now these days. And it's such a competitive market for anglers that we're always looking for an edge, and I think we've cracked it with this commercial range from Yorkshire Baits. I'm just going to introduce some more micras now, just to again another half a pot. A few skimmers I feel come back again now. I just want to try and encourage carp from crawling up the grass and actually get their heads down and eat over the pellet. Okay. Yeah, there's another one. As you can say, just nothing complicated, just nice and smooth. Keep the expanders going in. What a lot of people tend to do when they're catching, when they've got silvers in front of them, is they go the opposite way. They tend to cut back on the feed, but it's exactly the opposite you want to do, really.